At the start of the movie, we see Jennifer as one of the last people left in the office on a Friday night. She plans to catch a flight to New York for an extended weekend to visit her ex-fiancé on Valentine's Day, so she writes him an email. Not wanting to be late for her flight, she grabs some candies and leaves the office. At the same time, Guy is also preparing to leave work. The two of them end up waiting for the elevator together. Jennifer gets on at the 49th floor, and Guy joins her on the 42nd floor. Guy immediately starts chatting and joking with her. She responds but doesn't seem interested in the conversation. When the elevator suddenly stops, Guy shows her an etching on the wall. He tries pressing keys and the alarm button, but nothing works, even though the electricity in the elevator seems to be on. Guy attempts to open the door, but it doesn't work either. They try using the full-featured camera, but no one responds to their calls. To make things worse, their cell phones have no service because they are on the 4th underground floor. Jennifer worries about missing her flight and wonders where the building's security is. After 15 minutes, they shout for help and bang on the door, but no one hears them. Guy thinks there might be an escape hatch, so Jennifer awkwardly climbs onto his shoulders to check the elevator ceiling. An hour later, Jennifer realizes she can no longer catch her flight. Guy tries to lighten the mood with jokes, but she curses everything and everyone. They finally introduce themselves and joke that everything went wrong the moment Guy stepped onto the elevator. Since there's no water in Jennifer's thermos, Guy hands her a water bottle, and they joke about opening the bottle of wine he has. Both realize they have a bottle opener in their bags and laugh about it. They don't open the wine, but she accepts his water. Jennifer gives Guy some candies as a consolation prize for not having actual food. She suggests they should ration, as they might be stuck in the elevator until Tuesday. 4 hours later, Jennifer needs to pee, but she is too embarrassed to do so in front of Guy. He tells her to go to the corner and cover with his coat, but when she refuses, Guy suggests using a thermos. She asks him to close his eyes and cover his ears. Guy starts to sing, and she finally urinates. Then, she starts drawing on the elevator wall. After a while, they play a game and begin discussing more personal matters. Guy tells her that no one will look for him because he is too absorbed in his work. Jennifer says she's the same. She tells him she wants to surprise someone in New York, but he probably doesn't want her to come at all. He thinks it's time to open the wine and hands it to her. They toast to not being dead yet. Much later, they grow attracted to each other and close the distance. Guy admits that he has seen her in the office building before but didn't say anything because he didn't want to sound like a stalker and make her uncomfortable. She laughs it off and doesn't react as badly as he imagines. They finish their drawings and show each other. The portrait she gives him is more hilarious, while his is more serious. Jennifer apologizes and takes a picture of the drawing, saying if they survive, she will use it as her profile picture. Next, they talk about food, and since they're both hungry, she asks Guy to change the subject. Guy lists different topics, and she chooses to talk about sex. She stands up, points the camera at him, and asks him about the dirtiest place he has ever made love. Guy is a bit shy, so she shares her story first. She tells him about a former boyfriend from her college days and their sleepover in the library. When it's Guy's turn, he hesitates to share his story because he doesn't think it's interesting. Jennifer encourages him to make one up. Guy tells a story about a sexy girl who wanted to be with him at a work picnic. He says they got drunk, got in the car, and she started undressing while he was driving. Guy becomes uncomfortable and tells Jennifer he got aroused and had to stop. He apologizes, thinking he crossed the line, but she reassures him it's fine. Awkwardly, Guy approaches her, kisses her, and they start undressing. They get intimate in the elevator. Afterward, Guy tells Jennifer that he might fall in love with her, but she ignores him. Jennifer explains that she wants to get back together with her ex-boyfriend, which is why she wants to go to New York to surprise him and fix things. Unlike Guy, she believes that even though their encounter is interesting, they should keep it casual because her relationship with her ex is real. On the other hand, Guy feels there's a connection between them and believes her ex doesn't deserve her. Upset, she tells him that when they get out of the elevator, they will go back to their own lives. Guy insists they're meant to be together and starts crying because he feels alienated even though they're locked in a box. Suddenly, Guy starts telling Jennifer the truth about who he is. He lied about where he works and his name. He tells her that he not only noticed her but sees her at work every day. He pulls out his phone and shows Jennifer security photos and videos of her entering the elevator that night, listing the time and date. Jennifer is scared. He reveals that he's actually the security guard for the building and gets angry, explaining that no one ever notices people like him. Even though he works at the front desk, she doesn't recognize him. He believes he knows her better than her ex-boyfriend and confesses that everything that happened that night was his plan. Guy pulls out a key and opens the elevator. Jennifer can't believe what he's done to her and threatens to call the police, saying he'll rot in jail. He doesn't like that, so he grabs her, and they start struggling. During the fight, Jennifer spreads her legs and breaks the elevator key. They continue to fight, and she knocks him down with her shoe. Jennifer is scared she killed him, so she approaches to check on him when he suddenly jumps up and knocks her down. After a while, Jennifer wakes up to find that Guy is already conscious. She asks him why he did it. He explains that he wanted to isolate her from everything so they could form a connection on a human level. He says they not only had a date but spent their whole weekend together, trapped in the elevator. Jennifer believes he won't escape punishment because someone is sure to rescue them. Unfortunately, she learns that Guy has taken all the shifts for that weekend, and the other 2 guards won't be back until after the extended weekend on Tuesday. Jennifer asks what he'll do, and he says he would rather kill her than go back to jail. He claims he never forced her to do anything, but Jennifer tells him he kidnapped her. This sends him into a fit of anger. When he calms down, he opens the gift Jennifer bought for her ex-fiancé. He finds a shirt and a box in the bag. Guy puts on the shirt and tells Jennifer to open the remaining gift. Jennifer opens the box, revealing a cigar along with necessary tools like a cigar cutter and lighter. After a while, Guy apologizes to Jennifer for scaring her and asks if they can reconcile. He asks for another chance and tells her she doesn't need to answer right away, but to consider it. He comments on the travel advertisement playing in the elevator, saying the people in the video look happy together. He tells her that one day he will take her on a vacation from the advertisement. The neon light in the elevator breaks, and annoyed, he smashes it with Jennifer's thermos. Guy realizes the light bulb under the ceiling will eventually need to be replaced. He thinks he can remove the panel and then exit the elevator. When Guy opens the elevator panel with the thermos, Jennifer stands beside him. He asks Jennifer to boost him up so he can climb out and promises to come back for her. However, Jennifer thinks it would be easier if he boosts her up because she doesn't have the strength to lift him. Guy doubts that she will come back for him and fears she'll call the police. Jennifer tells him everything he wants to hear and convinces him to boost her up. She stands on his shoulders and exits the elevator. Guy tells her where the ladder and door are, glad they have finally escaped. Jennifer turns around and flips him off, which annoys him. As she climbs the ladder, Guy also finds a way out of the elevator. He ties 2 pieces of clothing together and throws them onto the elevator beam. Jennifer is already heading towards the door as he starts to climb. He tells her she better run because she's dead now. When Jennifer reaches her level, Guy follows her. She opens the door and yells for help, but he suddenly puts on clothes and throws them both back into the elevator. They are both unconscious. Jennifer is the first to wake up and sees the sprinkler. She devises a new escape plan by trying to light a cigar to trigger the fire alarm. When she can't control it, she starts a small fire. As the elevator fills with smoke, Guy wakes up and she punches him, breaking his nose. Jennifer successfully stops him with a piece of clothing. Guy tells her the fire alarm won't go off, but they'll get soaked and die of electrocution. She opens the camera and explains to herself what she knows. Jennifer points the camera at Guy and asks for his real name. He says his name is John Diggins. John admits he deliberately trapped them in the elevator and even carved the plan on the wall. That Friday, he stopped the elevator with a key when she wasn't paying attention. Jennifer makes him admit that he trapped her in the elevator. John confesses to luring and kidnapping her. She keeps questioning him, so he confesses everything he did to her on camera, from slamming her head on the floor to throwing her against the wall. Jennifer asks why, and John says he just wanted to date her. If he asked her out normally, she would reject him. He tells her who he was before becoming a security guard, an accountant at a large company, a real big shot. He tells her the story about the girl in the car is true, but the ending is different than what he implied. He missed an exit, drove into a canyon, and the car flipped 7 times, stopping by a tree. The girl died in the collision, but John only went to jail for 6 months because he had enough resources to protect himself. When he got out, the only job he could get was as a security guard. Months later, he wanted to be himself again and feel something. Jennifer still doesn't understand why he chose her. He says it's because she's great. Monday comes, and they're still trapped. Another security guard, Eddie, brings his new girlfriend to the building and shows her the rooftop. When they enter, he looks for John. When he can't find him, He checks the security monitor and sees John and Jennifer trapped in the elevator. He wakes them both up, and Jennifer begs him to get them out. As his girlfriend falls asleep on the couch, Eddie tells her he's coming down to get them out. Eddie goes to the elevator and pries the door open with a crowbar. Jennifer wants to get out, but he tells her he needs to fully open the door first. Suddenly, John knocks her down. He tells Eddie he's there and hands the key to John, who says it isn't working. Eddie says he'll crawl in to help them. He's trapped in the elevator and sees what's going on. John opens the elevator and cuts Eddie in half. He knocks Jennifer down again, takes her to his car, and puts her in the trunk. John returns to the building, deals with Eddie's body and clothes, cleans himself up, and puts on his uniform with a cigar in his pocket. When John comes to the front desk, he deletes all the videos from the security camera. When Eddie's girlfriend wakes up, John kills her too and throws her down the shaft. John gets in the car, takes Jennifer to a secluded place, and prepares to dispose of her. He prepares a trash can filled with gasoline. Before opening the trunk, John tells Jennifer he still likes her and regrets that they can't be together. Jennifer pretends to be dead. When John walks to the trash can, she hits him on the head, gets in the car, and starts driving. When she finds a lit cigar in the tray, she stops, reverses, and hits a frightened John. She gets out, sees him in the trash can, relights the cigar, walks away, and flicks the lit bud into the trash can, burning John alive. And with that, the movie ends.